Hi there, and welcome to Ian's Engage channel. I'm Ian. In a previous video, I showed how I tested straight, set track and streamline points, but was left wondering whether I could use curved set track points in the layout design. In this video, I'm going to show you how I've modified the test track to include a curved set track point so that I can test it and make a decision on whether to use them or not. Okay, so what you're seeing on screen at the moment is the current test track plan. I used this layout to perform testing of the medium radius streamline points as seen in the point predicament videos. The testing concluded with me deciding to upgrade all of my set track points to streamline points. However, during the redesign of the layout, I found that I couldn't find room to replace one of the curved set track points, which was something I discussed in the set track to streamline video. One solution was to remove the point completely, which would turn Mantlethorpe Station into a terminus, and would have implications in terms of operations. Another solution was to keep the set track curve point, which would have implications on what code track I'd eventually use. So, before making a final decision, I wanted to test the operation of a curved set track point to make sure it would work with my largest locos and all of my current rolling stock. To perform testing, I needed to modify the test track, and I decided to try and replicate a similar location to where the curve point would appear on the Shelfington track plan. On the main track plan, the point is positioned to the northeast of the inner loop, right at the top of the incline, and facilitates entry into and exit from Mantlethorpe Station. The difference between the main track plan and the test track plan is that the inner loop on the main track plan uses third radius curves, but the test track uses second radius curves. In reality, this worked out quite well, as the inner radius of the curve point is second radius, so naturally completed the loop. The outer radius of the curve point is third radius, which I'll run into a siding. So, once the plan was decided, I began the test track modifications. First, the track that was going to be replaced was removed. Being laid on foam, this was as simple as removing the track pins, lifting the track and disconnecting it. A right-hand curved point was then found, along with the short curved extension piece that was supplied with the point. The short curve was used to turn the inner curve of the curve point into the equivalent of a double second radius curve. This was exactly the right radius and length to replace the curved section removed earlier. I joined the two pieces together and also added a single third radius curve to the outside lane that would lead into the siding. Before fitting them in place, I found that it would make life simpler for me if I also removed the pieces of track that would immediately proceed and follow on from the point. This gave ample working room to make inserting the point into the test track simple. I then realised that if I wanted to add the siding, I'd need to remove the foam pins that were holding down the top layer of foam to the layer beneath, as these would obstruct the siding track. Once these were removed, I used a piece of flexible track to add the siding to the outer radius, which only just fits in front of the scenic breakboard. Apologies for the camera work here, as it was a bit more fiddly than I'd imagined, and I was concentrating too much on fitting rather than filming. Here I'm pulling on the left-hand rail with some pliers to bring it into alignment with the rail joiner. You can see, if you look carefully, the moment when I get the two to engage. Here's a replay of the action for those that missed it. Next, a push pin was added to stop the track from moving, and hopefully this would be enough to hold the track down during testing. Next, it was time to perform some rudimentary testing of the curved point, and I decided to use Shelfington's first steamer to do the job. This is my new, rather lovely looking BR Late Crest Standard Class 5 MT in black. All of those wheels should provide a good first test for the curved setrack point. The loco instructions state that the loco has a minimum operating radius of second radius, so all should be good. However, things didn't start out well, with the loco stalling on its first attempt to navigate the point. However, the loco hadn't been run in yet, so I gave the point the benefit of the doubt, and a quick hand of God push got things moving again. I ran the loco backwards and forwards for a couple of transitions. I tried running slowly. I tried running at a moderate speed. I also gave a couple of speed runs, just to make sure that the point could be taken at high speed. The loco has now been turned around. This would be the natural direction on the inner loop, so I was quite keen that the loco should perform well in this direction. Again, I ran the loco backwards and forwards for a couple of transitions quite slowly. You can see here that there's a bit of a jump, but all wheels remained on track. I later found that a track pin had worked itself loose, so that may have contributed to the jump. At higher speeds there was no problem at all. So, as you've seen, I tried running the loco across the point in various directions and speeds and running both ways. And although there was sometimes a little stutter, especially as the loco navigated the curve at low speeds, I was happy with the results. However, this was just one loco. For my next experiment, I'll be testing different locos along with complete rakes of wagons and coaches to see how they go through the points. But that's for another video. Now, on a separate, rather annoying note, this was the last action I've been able to film on the test track, as my Wi-Fi throttle will no longer connect to my DigiKeys DR5000 control system. As the Z21 app on my iPad also fails to connect, I suspect that the wireless module in the DR5000 has malfunctioned. I can still control locos via the DigiKeys Windows app when connected via USB connection, but that's a very messy way to play trains. Hopefully, I'll be able to get it fixed, as I see there's a company called Yamok, which is yet another model railroad company, and they have a YD9401 module that will upgrade the DR5000's Wi-Fi to standalone operation, although annoyingly it's out of stock everywhere at the moment. Okay, so that's about it for this update. If you've got any hints, tips, useful tools or techniques to pass on to a beginner in N-Gauge modelling, or if you simply want to say hello, then please do so in the comments section. Anything and everything you've got to say will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime, thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully I'll have another update on my progress soon. Bye.